Hey everybody, it's PartyElite, and today we're taking a look at colonization in Victoria 3. This one's going to be a quick one since colonization isn't a very meaty topic just yet, but I did get some requests and questions regarding it. If you have specific topics you'd like to see explored, let me know in the comments down below. Whether they're big or small, I'll answer all that I can, and in writing too if the answers are simple enough to write out. Otherwise, as always, remember to hit the like button if the video helps, and subscribe for more strategy gaming content, including more Victoria 3 guides, let's plays, and more. Now, with no time to waste, let's begin. If you want to establish colonies, there are a few steps you have to get out of the way first. Under the society tech tree, you need to unlock colonization. Then, under your colonization laws, you'll need to have at least colonial resettlement, if not colonial exploitation as your currently active law. Be careful, the latter has some negative impacts on unincorporated states, while also increasing the likelihood of bloodshed, though it also increases the output in these unincorporated states as well. It's easy to put two and two together here to see exactly what's going on. Either way, once you have one of these laws in place, you'll need to make sure your colonial affairs institution is active. There's a bureaucracy cost involved here, so keep that in mind, especially if you decide to level your colonial affairs institution up over time. A higher institution level makes your colonization efforts move along a bit faster, but levels 3, 4, and 5 need you to research quinine, civilizing mission, and malaria prevention, with each unlocking levels 3, 4, and 5 respectively. Either way, even a level 1 institution is enough to get started, though some parts of the world need quinine researched as well. You can head to the diplomatic lens and use the Establish Colony tool to quickly find all the places you can establish a colony in. A colony can only be established at decentralized regions that you can reach and that are located in strategic regions you have an interest in. This means looking for any nations who are not colored in on the map as they're the decentralized ones, and then making sure you have either a natural or declared interest in the strategic region they're a part of, and that you can get to them from where you currently have a presence. This typically means you'll need to have a coastal state with a port built in it, and your initial targets will likely be coastal too, unless you share a land border with them and can reach them through a land route. You should also note that if other nations have started to colonize a decentralized region, you can still try to colonize it as well, as long as they've not closed off all your points of access. So, yes, you can compete with other nations to colonize the same decentralized regions, and if you use the diplomatic lens, you can always see who's making how much progress and where. Try to pick regions based on what you need. If it's just to gain a foothold in a certain region, that's purely based on your geographical strategy. If it's based on goods you want to acquire, go to the trade lens, go to the import tab, and then select the good. When you go to the goods detail screen, you'll be able to see how much production a region is capable of. Hovering over regions will give you numerical data to work with as well. Whatever method and reason you choose to pick a colony location, once you click to establish a colony, you'll see a province immediately get established under your flag and colors. This land is your land. You can build buildings on it, and you can consider its population to be under your jurisdiction, or perhaps thumb. Building a port and creating employment opportunities might make it attractive for your other citizens to migrate to as well, and if you build a port, you can even use the Greener Grass Campaign decree to bolster migration. This added population doesn't actually increase the size of your colony though, it's just to make sure you have pops in the region to get to work right away. If you're here to make a military base, you need people that'll sign up as servicemen and officers. If you're here to grow coffee, you'll need farmers, aristocrats, and more besides, and at great quantities too. Quantities that might not be locally available. So, while improving migration might not grow the borders of your colony, it will grow its capabilities. To actually grow the borders of the colony, you need to turn your attention to this. Your colony grows at a rate determined by your current population living in incorporated states and is modified by ruler traits as well as malaria. Further, this rate is divided amongst the number of colonies you're trying to establish the world over at the same time. Once this reaches 100% over however many days are indicated here, you'll see your borders expand, and you'll see the maximum levels of all buildings increase as well, since now you have more land in that state to build on. Even though you've not colonized the entire state yet, you can really start pushing production in the region. Slowly but surely, in this way, you'll eventually colonize the entire state, or part of it if you're competing with somebody else, moving one province at a time every time this bar fills up. Be warned though, that same process will increase the tension between you and the people you're colonizing, and should this reach volatile, you'll be more likely to see native uprisings that try to force you back. Typically, you're not likely to have trouble against these, but the loss of life, time, and money wasted in putting these uprisings down can become troubling nonetheless, especially if you have to ship your army from across the seas or if other nations with an interest in the region decide to join the diplomatic play on the side of your enemy, potentially dragging you into a full-scale war. Should you lose this war, you will lose all the progress you've made so far, though should you win it, you will immediately and violently subjugate the area. This tension naturally decays over time, but if you find it's not happening fast enough to prevent these uprisings from breaking out, you can always pause your colonization efforts. Make sure not to cancel them by mistake, since you'll abandon all your progress, and all the provinces you've already secured over time will be lost as well. You simply want to pause colonization, let tension cool off over time, and then resume when you think it's safe to do so again. This will allow you to relatively peacefully, albeit more slowly, take control of a region without causing devastation and all the problems that come with it. It should also help you avoid radicalization that typically comes as a byproduct of war. Colonization is really about gaining access to more territory and resources within, including, yes, human resources. As your colonies grow, you'll be able to build more and do more until eventually you can even incorporate a fully colonized state. It takes time, but if you want to be a colonial power in Victoria 3, the option is there, and hopefully this video helped you achieve it. If this video helped you become a colonial superpower, don't hesitate to hit the like button down below, and if you have any questions or requests for more topics, again, ask away down below too. Feel free to subscribe for more Victoria 3 and strategy gaming content in general, and as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. They'll keep us alive and running smoothly, and of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.